Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elevate Your Business. I'm Ed Jarecki, and I'm thrilled to guide you through today's episode. It's designed to inspire and empower you on your journey to business success. Today, we have a special guest, John D. Allen, the owner of Allen Small Business Consulting. John is passionate about empowering small business and entrepreneurs, ensuring they receive the support and guidance necessary to thrive. With a mission to help small business coaches succeed and grow, John believes that small businesses are crucial for the economic recovery of both Canada and the United States. Join us as we delve into John's journey and explore how his work is making a significant impact on the small business landscape. As John joins us on the show, he'll shed light on what success means to him personally and how his definition has evolved over time, as well as one or two of his top challenges and the lessons learned associated with them. And finally, we'll explore how John has leveraged innovation in his business and other work to overcome challenges and achieve his goals. Let's welcome John D. Allen to the show. John, it's wonderful to see you again. How are you doing?
Super good, but I'll get better. Thanks for the opportunity of being on your show, Ed. I really appreciate it.
Well, absolutely love it. It's been my honor to get to know you and a pleasure to understand a little bit more about your journey. So, to start, would you mind sharing a little bit more about your business and yourself?
Sure. Pardon the dinging here. I'm sitting in the mobile office because we're building a house, and the boss lady gets the cabin, and I get the vehicle for her. So if you hear the dinging or whatever, that's what that is.
And for our audience, this isn't the first car meeting that John and I have had.
My journey began in the coaching industry in 1972. I started reading Think and Grow Rich, and I got hooked on it, and I read gazillion books since then. And I've been in corporate for 35 years. I retired in '09, but in corporate, my job was training and coaching. So that was one of the things. In my last corporate position, I was in charge of the fourth largest physical security company in the world for the province of Saskatchewan. I had 733 employees under me. So got to do a lot of coaching and training for jobs, hiring, and what have you. Give you a bit about my background there. And in '02, I started my own coaching business part time. And my first client was my now dearly departed wife. She had a health and nutrition business that was up and down, profits up and down like everybody else's. I helped her get on solid footing. And then she referred me to our dog groomer. Dog groomer says, "Well, you helped your wife. Can you help me?" Okay. So I helped her grow her business. And because of it, a good friend of mine that sold dump trucks for a company in Calgary, he said, "You've helped these two ladies. Can you help me?" I'm thinking health and nutrition, dog groomers, dump trucks. What the heck do any of these have in common? The common denominator, of course, is how do they get clients? And showed him. And my friend there was on a $36,000 a year draw. And some months he wasn't even making that for the company. We worked together for a total of 4 months, or in the first 4 months, rather, got his income up to where he was averaging 106,000 for a year. The way he did that was simple. Ask for referrals. He was selling dump trucks in Calgary at that time, and I'm sure it's the same now. There was a lot of various groups. And this one particular group, a lot of these guys were buying trucks. So I said to him, "Why don't you work with these people? They're the ones buying trucks. Work with them." That's what he started doing. And referrals started coming into him. And he went from the bottom of the heap of sales reps to the number two guy for that company. And it was all just by asking for referrals. To me, it was just common sense to do. But for a lot of people, they don't know how to do it. And that's where your big problem comes in. You don't just say, "Hey, you want to buy a truck?" Because you know and I know that doesn't work. You know, I know insurance people that say, "You want to buy insurance?" No, no, they don't give you any reasons for it. And the thing that people have to realize is people don't buy when they understand you. They buy when they feel understood. So when you can make that person feel that you understand them and their problem, that's when you're going to do business. And Ed, you've heard me say, I believe in fall in love with your prospect's problem, not your solution or program.
Absolutely agreed, 100%. So, with where you've been through one heck of a journey. How do you define success today?
Success to me, and it means different things to different people. It's not just all about money. It's about being able to live the lifestyle that you want to live. So you're not tied down to, oh God, I got to have this next client. I got to have this next client, or, where am I going to get the money to pay the rent, or where am I going to do this? It's to be able to live a lifestyle that you want, that you're comfortable with. That might mean $1 million for some people. For other people, it might mean 100 grand a year. So learn to be happy where you are. You don't have to be satisfied, but be happy with where you are and be willing to learn and grow and go from there.
Outstanding. So, through that journey, how has that evolved? Where did your definition of success start from?
It started from like everybody else, I got to make money. You got to make money. And when all you concentrate is on money, you go nowhere fast. You need to concentrate on helping people. Zig Ziglar said it best: you can get anything you want as long as you help other people get what they want. That was a lesson that my skull's a little thicker than others, took a long time to sink in.
Like many of us, my friend. So, that journey and that transformation doesn't occur without trials and tribulations. And that helps us uncover those opportunities to grow wisdom. What are one or two of those key challenges and the lessons learned to pass along to our audience?
And one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn, and I'm sure a lot of other people did, was if I heard one small snippet of a prospect's problem, I was off and running and giving them the greatest, grandest, most wonderful solution they ever heard. Now, I don't know if this ever happened to you or not, Ed, but I got all done these great presentations. The person look at me and say, "That's great, John. I'll call you." They never do. Then you're into what I call a chasing game, and you're never going to win because they can run faster than you. And now with the internet and the phones and everything, they just ghost you. This is where you have to be able to find the real problem, get that person to own that problem and want to solve it, because they might own it, but if they don't want to solve it, you've got nothing. So the whole key is to have them own it and want to solve it. That's where you're going to get the business.
Absolutely makes sense. Any other lessons?
That was a big one to learn. And like I say, the biggest one that I had to learn, and I keep coming back to it, is learn to fall in love with their problem.
Yeah.
It's not all about your solution or program, because they don't give a damn about it. Their whole concern is, can you solve my problem? When you stop and think about it, people don't talk in solutions, they talk in problems. And I know as coaches, consultants, sales reps, and everything else, we all tend to talk in solutions about benefits and features and all the rest of it. They don't give a damn. All they want to know is, can you solve my problem? Once they know you can solve your problem, then you can talk about your solution or program. Up until then, you're on two different levels.
Yeah.
They're down here and you're up here, and you got to meet. And until you meet, you got nothing. Trust is the new commodity in this day and age of, lack of trust. And it's been well demonstrated why the lack of trust is there. People talk about know, like, and trust. You need to establish trust first. The know and like could come later. But if you don't have trust, they're not going to deal with you. You just build the know and like. Somebody be willing to talk to you for hours, never do business with you because they don't trust you.
Absolutely.
So the key factor is build trust first.
So, if there are a couple of key factors to really emphasize for our audience, it's number one, you have to get into your customer's mind. What are their problems? What solutions are they seeking? And understand that. And to your point, fall in love with it, because that's your easiest way then to be able to help them. And the second part of what you said in building trust and credibility, it is the new commodity. It takes time. It's not that direct sales push that we often still get hit with, right?
You can start to build trust on your initial call.
That's right.
But the person has to say, wow, Ed could really help me, or John could really help me. They don't care what you've done before. They don't care how great, grand, and wonderful you think you are. It's can you help them?
Yes. And you help them at this point in time? Absolutely.
The WIIFM, what's in it for me? Everybody's favorite radio station. You have to be able to answer that question. And that question means, can you help solve my problem?
Yeah, I love it. And of course, the advancement of technology innovation, to your earlier point, has really shifted the way we interact with people on a daily basis. How has innovation impacted your business and how do you leverage it to grow and thrive?
Obviously, from sitting in a vehicle, building a house out in the middle of no place. And so I rely on the internet. And the other great part about it is I was on Zoom long before the scamdemic hit. And to give you a bit of a backup story, in '09, I moved from Saskatchewan back to Ontario to be closer to my parents, my kids, and my grandkids because my wife had passed away. So I said, well, I'll move back here. I get back to Ontario. Both my parents died the same year, and both my kids moved out west. So I said, nobody likes me. And I'm stuck there in Ontario. Part of it is in St. Thomas, where I was, Ford was just closing down. 15,000 people are losing their jobs. I thought, I got it made as a business coach consultant here. There's going to be a ton of business. I couldn't get a client there to save my soul. I could get them in Western Canada, all over the US, Australia, New Zealand, Switzerland, England. I came to the bright conclusion green was my favorite color, went with everything I wore. I didn't give a damn where they lived as long as they spoke English. And that's how I started doing business online.
Anything else relative to innovation and how you leverage it? You talked about worldwide, you've got clients all over, and the
Yeah,
pandemic was really a driver of, along with that Ford operational closing.
the biggest thing is the internet and all that stuff is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So learn how to use it in your business. It's a very effective tool. And if anybody's been in sales before the internet or when the internet was just starting up, you had to drive for an appointment. Depending on the size of the city or anything you're in, you got to drive half hour, an hour, or whatever. The person doesn't show. So then what do? You got an hour drive back or whatever. So at least with the internet, if they don't show, you wait your 10 minutes or whatever time you choose,
Yeah,
boom, you're on to the next person.
yeah,
It's a great way to do it. The other good thing about it is you can still watch the person's body language.
yes,
If you're just doing it over the phone or anything, you can't see the body language. So use it, use it to your advantage. I mean, the biggest thing is you got to be authentic. You got to be you. If you're putting on some fake BS Bravo or whenever you're trying to be online and that comes through.
yeah,
People realize it, spot it a mile away. So the big thing is, be authentic, be you. If you don't have a sense of humor, don't try to crack jokes. Or even
absolutely.
if you do have a sense of humor, you don't know about that other person on the other end. So be careful of what you're saying.
Absolutely. Great insights. And final takeaway, there was one thing that you could share with our audience that you said you really need to consider this as part of your life and business success. What would that be?
Fall in love with your prospect's problem, not your solution or program.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Any final thoughts?
Out there, if anybody's interested in chatting with me, I'm open to talk. Am I the right person for everybody? Not a hope in hell. But what we'll do is have a listen. If I can help, I'll let you know. If I can't help, I'll also let you know. So I'm open to chat. And if you like the style I use, great, let's talk. If you don't, that's fine too.
I want to thank you for joining us today with a special thanks to John D. Allen for sharing his thoughts and success tactics. We hope you feel inspired and motivated to tackle entrepreneurial challenges with innovation and adaptability. Remember, success is personal. Define it for yourself. But always remember to embrace change, seek growth, and adapt to the ever-evolving business landscape. Thank you again to John and to all of our listeners, and we'll see you next time as we continue exploring more stories from incredible entrepreneurs. Stay resilient, stay innovative, and have a wonderful day, everybody.